go out there and, take risks. And if it doesn't work, then work harder.
Garth Garcia, CEO, singer, songwriter, producer, multi-hyphenate.
Oh my God, thank you.
So many
How
roles.
are you?
I am so excited to be visiting you at your office for
Thank
Doctors
you.
on the Go. And I'm very, very proud of you.
Wow, thanks.
The last time I interviewed you was on Zoom. You had just decided to move here. You had just finished Harvard School of Business. You have just started Doctors on the Go. And that was 2020. In the span of 2 years, Garth, it seemed like you have just skyrocketed. Like, shoot, all the way to the top. Your business is booming. You have concerts everywhere. You're performing it on every list, every event, major ones. And you're also now producing and helping fellow performers like you get platforms. Wow, tell me all about it. What'd you do?
Yeah, that's what people always say, like, oh, how did you make time for that? Like, as long as you love what you're doing, you make time for each of every endeavor that you're doing. It's like what I'm doing right now, and I'm just happy with whatever happened in the past years, and I look forward for the future.
Right.
Diba?
So in the last 2 years, when we were talking, did you expect, first of all, that Doctors on the Go will boom?
It's unexpected, but we work so hard, because I'm in entertainment. Tendency is I'm able to market to people well, and I'm always outside. For this kind of business, you have to, meet people, meet businesses, and that's what I do. So, when I do promote my shows, I do concerts. When I meet people, I always ask them, "Oh, what are you doing? Which business are you into?" Something like that. Are you in the medical field? And I always connect it with the entertainment and this medical business.
Right. What about failure? What would be, in the last 2 years, what would you say would be your biggest entrepreneurial mistake?
In the past years, we've been through so much. We had lawsuits. We also had change of
People,
employees
turnover,
and doctors. Retention is also hard, but just work on it. Everything falls into the right places, naman.
What did you learn from those lawsuits, from those turnover of people? What have you learned?
That everything changes. You can't force people to stay with you, and you can just move forward after that, and it's always going to be part of your ladder of success.
Right.
Sabi nila.
This business and also in entertainment, you deal with a lot of people. If there's one thing that you didn't know before that you now know, what is it about dealing with people that you always have to remember?
Just remember to be always kind. Most of the people that are successful is how they treat people, because these people that you work with would trust you, would want people that have good attitude, good work relationship with. So that's why maybe I've been successful with what I'm doing. So medical or entertainment, it's because I'm always good to people. I don't make fights. I don't like issues.
One thing that struck me about you was at the Film Friendship Day in Cerritos. That was our inaugural year.
Congratulations on that.
Yes,
Very successful.
we got you to sing. And then, what really struck me was we had just launched our merch at that time. I haven't really been pushing it, but Garth actually bought some items, which I was shocked about because a lot of entertainers, they feel entitled. Some of them expect to just be gifted. And you actually bought. And I even asked you, I remember I asked you, why are you buying? You said, well, of course, to support.
Yeah.
You remember that? And I think that's why a lot of people support you back. So we just talked about Doctors on the Go, but now I want to talk about entertainment because since the time that we spoke, I think you were about to launch your remake of
Do You Miss Me?
Yes, Do You Miss Me? And since then, the world opened up and I saw you at every event. The people have always been like now getting you. You're now like one of the must-have performers on their event.
I've always had good relationships with producers. I don't burn bridges, and when I'm also part of a concert, I always make sure to deliver. Like bring people, bring sponsors, and maybe that is the reason why these producers always, get me or hire me to perform. Even I'm also a producer already right now I still work with them closely, and I'm thinking right now if I have, people na nakatampuhan or something.
Right.
Wala naman, but yeah, I always maintain good relationships with them, and as I said, yeah, deliver.
Truly, it is through our passion and commitment that we defy the odds, conquer the peak of success, never stop dreaming. I'm dedicating this award to God, my family, and friends, and to all dreamers and believers out there. We can do it, and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
You gotta just love people who believe in themselves, who are motivated enough, who are willing to risk it in order to go after their dreams. It's always true what they say, and I always hear it from everyone that we interview on the show. As long as you know your purpose, it's what gets you out of bed every morning. And I can relate to that. As long as you know your why, your purpose, your passion, those are the things that get you out of bed every morning. But for me, there's one other thing that gets me out of bed every morning, and that is coffee. Don't let your morning pass you by without a delicious cup of any sized iced coffee for just 99 cents at McDonald's. You can choose your favorite flavor like French vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel for just 99 cents. Only available until 11 a.m.
You know what? My favorite thing to do is supporting. I'm always excited of going to shows that I'm not performing, just watching, just listening to artists like Filipino American or not even Filipino Americans. That's my favorite part, because if I go to a show that I'm performing, I'm always pressured. I'm always thinking a lot. So whenever I have time and people invite me to go to concerts or with my friends, that's my favorite.
Your social media has now boomed as well, verified on Instagram, right? And also on Facebook, a lot of followers, So then you're now exposing yourself to more than just your fans. And when you expose yourself, now you also attract haters, because the more visible you are, the more you attract, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with haters?
Every time I do something great, like I finished Harvard, I also was awarded different awards. Some people would even use fake accounts, like, oh, you just paid the school, oh, you just paid
How
the
can
award
you pay
giving.
Harvard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them it's hard to get there, Most of the time I reply to, if it's a comment in the public,
Space, yeah.
space, I reply and explain and prove them wrong.
But now you have proven a lot of people wrong, and you still are proving them wrong. You are still standing, still thriving. Your birthday concert coming up. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm excited. It's gonna be this month, end of the month, January 28th. It's gonna be at the Zipper Hall. It's a major venue, and they said it's first major concert of a local socal artist. So I'm also bringing my closest friends in the industry, and plus the Philippines Queen of Soul, Jaya.
I love that. And we are part of that, right?
Yes.
So Chanel is a sponsor
Media sponsor
of that
Thank you.
concert. Garth, when I first met you, you had just moved here as an immigrant, right? And but it gave me goosebumps when you were saying first major concert of a local socal artist. You consider yourself now local. This is your home.
This is my home, and everything great happened here. I call this home now.
Right. But a lot of people, may mga nanonood sa atin immigrants, bago pa lang sila, nahihirapan. It certainly took them more than 2 years to thrive. Ikaw kasi mabilis eh. What would be your advice to them?
Focus on your goal. If you plan to do something, do it now, because you might regret it in the future. Like, oh, I should have done this. I should have opened a business like this. I should have performed more or do what I love. So yeah, do it now. Take risks as long as there's time.
As an immigrant, what was the hardest struggle for you, and how did you overcome?
So when I came here, I worked as a caregiver initially. So it was something new to me, because I've been a singer and a real estate agent in the Philippines. I'm also a professor in college in the Philippines. So coming here, it's something new to me. Like, if you're taking care of somebody, and it's very physical. The biggest struggle would be getting new connections, getting new friends. Working from scratch is hard, and here nothing's for free here in the US, and you have to work hard.
So this is a new year. This is a new life for you. A new life here in America. What do you hope to achieve in 2023 this year?
This year, I hope I could at least penetrate the U.S., not just in the Filipino American community. That's why we're working hard. We opened a new label. I also auditioned for different shows, and I just shot a film. This year we are also looking for new talent. You know, we're planning also to form a P-pop group, which is trending in the Philippines under Starlink.
Right. So many plans for 2023.
Yes.
It's starting, of course, with the birthday concert on January 28th. What more can the fans expect on January 28th? Go ahead, invite them.
I'm inviting everybody January 28th at the Zipper Hall. Expect different wardrobe changes because we are featuring three of the biggest fashion designer in the U.S.
Awesome.
Diba? And I can't wait for everybody to see the concert.
All right. Thank you, Garth, and more power to you.
Thank you.
Your star shining down on me.